Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Variety Radio Online. It is Tuesday, May 5th, and we are talking today with Michael Malarkey, who is currently playing Enzo on the CW's Vampire Diaries television series. Hello, Michael. How are you doing today?
Top of the morning to you. I'm doing fantastic, thank you.
It is morning for us. I think it's like mid-afternoon for you. We were discussing a minute ago.
Yeah, top of the afternoon to you.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to jump right into this. We got a few questions we're going to ask Michael. As everybody knows, we take all of our questions from Twitter and fans on Facebook. And then hopefully we're going to have some time to open the lines and take a couple of callers. We do have a lot of people listening live right now, a lot of people in the chat room, not to make you nervous, but it's really cool. So first question is, what was the audition process like for Enzo?
Well, I'd actually auditioned for a couple other roles on Vampire Diaries before auditioning for Enzo. I auditioned for Aaron and Jesse, actually. So Kendrick's part and Sean's part, which didn't go through. And I was kind of like, well, when am I going to get to audition for Vampire? And so the third audition ended up being for Enzo. So since I'm based in London, I sent off a couple self-tapes via my representation in LA. And, did auditions in American and in English accents. And, I did a couple rounds and got the part. I actually did a pilot for the CW the year prior called The Selection, which didn't end up happening. But for that audition process, I did like 7 rounds of auditions plus screen tests in Budapest, and so they were kind of familiar with my my abilities and inabilities. So I think that helped with the audition process, made it quicker for Enzo.
Well, I'm glad you got Enzo. I think a lot of people agree with me when I say that I think your character has really brought something that the show was kind of missing this season. So
well,
I'm glad you got the part, dude. We're huge Enzo fans over here. All right, so everyone wants to know, do you, as in Michael, have anything in common with Enzo? And if you do, what would that be?
We're both incredibly violent and murderous. But other than that, no, we're both, I think, incredibly loyal friends. I think with any part I play, I find a lot of similarities because that's partly the actor's role or a job is to find all of those similarities, bring them close to you so that you can inhabit this role without making it like you're playing a part,
Right.
So I feel like we have a lot of similarities now that I've been with Enzo for roughly 6 months now, minus all the killing.
Well, on this show, sometimes you die, you don't always stay dead. So we're all crossing our fingers that Enzo's going to make it back from the other side. So we're hoping for it. If you had control of your character's arc, where would you like to see him go?
I'd like to see him start riding a motorcycle and wearing more leather. Maybe a little more unshaven. It's all aesthetic. It's all having to do with fashion and hair, really, as far as character arc.
Funny, we've actually interviewed a couple people that have said if they could choose something for their character to do, even on different series, it has something to do with a motorcycle and riding off into the sunset. So that seems to be a pretty common answer around you Hollywood folks.
I'm a common fellow.
Common answer. All right, so some people say that Enzo is kind of like the new Malarkey. How would you separate the two characters?
Well, I know Matt Davis, actually, not too well, but I think he's a lovely, lovely guy. We have a completely different energy. I'd say the reason why people are comparing them is because they're both friends with Damon, who both had an edge to them, but I think they're completely different.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they're completely different. I think at first I was kind of like, but then as it goes on, it's like they're definitely different, and their relationships are definitely different as far as it goes with Damon. So,
yeah.
Some people want to know. They said the Vampire Diaries is our guilty pleasure. Do you have a must-have watch TV show that you have to watch every week, or are you going to go crazy if you miss it?
Oh, Game of Thrones. I'm heavy into that at the moment. Yeah, it's so good.
So have you watched last night's episode yet?
Sorry?
Did you watch last night's episode yet of Game of Thrones?
Yeah, of course. Let's not talk about it, though, because I'm a real... I hate spoilers. But, yeah, I have a good friend in that show. We went to drama school together, Rose, who plays Ygritte. I think she's just absolutely smashing it.
But, yeah, I don't think there's anything on that show that isn't. It's just, yeah. I just got into it a couple months ago, so it's kind of fresh for me. But, yeah, I absolutely love it. Okay, good answer. If you could play any other character on this show, who would it be and why?
Oh, man. God, I tell you what, I mean, I'm going to have to take the easy answer and say I'm pretty happy playing the role I'm playing. I quite like what Enzo's bringing to the show, and he's kind of like I don't know, he's got a kind of anarchist rock and roll kind of vibe about him, and I think that's pretty fun. So, yeah, sorry, that's the easy way out. But
no, I'm perfectly okay with that answer. That means you're doing good with your character. You don't want to play someone else. Your character's good. I like that answer.
I'm content, yeah.
I like it. So we hear that you're also a musician. So people would like to know what some of your future plans are as far as concerning your music goes.
Yeah, I've actually just had a meeting the other day about this, so it's funny you bring it up. My plan is to get into the studio as soon as I can. I've been rather busy, so it's been difficult, but as soon as I can, I'm going to record like an EP, probably about 5 songs, and do a pressing of that and release it and just start the ball rolling and try to start playing some more shows, get a group of musicians together that I can work with here, and maybe if I go back to the States, get some people I can work with there and just play in the downtime. I mean, acting's my main priority. I want to stress that, and music will always probably take a little bit of a back seat. But it's a huge passion of mine, and I was a musician before I ever was an actor, so it's in my bones.
Yeah, and I think people are pretty good about balancing both, so you'll probably be able to do it.
Yeah, I didn't think I could at first. I really wanted to focus on acting and felt like that needed to take up all of my creative energy in order to at least get the ball rolling. But now that things are kind of going, I feel like I have enough headspace to be able to balance both.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, do you have anything that particular that really inspires you when you're writing songs? Life and women. I was going to say girls.
Yeah, I mean, I write whenever the inspiration takes me, really. I kind of know when there's a song there, and whatever comes out just happens to be I'm dealing with it at any given time, I guess. So there probably are some similar themes of life and women and trouble and all that crap. Right.
All right, that makes sense. Pretty simple. Well, what people write songs about. All right, so I'm going to steer away from a couple of the character questions and music questions. We have a couple of fun questions we want to ask you. So someone wants to know, if you were stranded on a desert island, what would be the 3 things that you would have to take with you?
I'd take a blanket, a plane, and a boat.
A blanket, a plane, and a boat. Nobody ever says. No one ever says, I'd bring a freaking boat. That's such a smart answer.
I need a pilot as well, actually.
Okay, so a pilot, a boat. We'll figure out a food situation later, because I won't be there long, because I'm getting off this island on my boat.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
Tell them to bring some sandwiches.
I love that. That's awesome. Well, what is one of your favorite places to travel?
I a few years back, went to Thailand and had the most amazing time there. Just it's such a beautiful place to be, and it's rather affordable as well. So it's a great place where you can spend a few weeks there and not hurt the wallet too much. But just getting up, getting a $5 massage, going down to the beach, drinking a martini, and having the most amazing curries and pad thai and stuff is bliss.
Well, that's awesome. Well, since we're talking about traveling, we got to talk about Georgia a little bit. You know, Vampire Diaries films here. I'm from Georgia. I actually live in Covington, so I'm like pretty close to where you guys film sometimes. So I want to know what your favorite thing as a native, what your favorite thing about Georgia has been.
The Southern hospitality. And it's so true. I mean, it was, especially after living in London for, 8 years now. 8 years I've been here. It's insane. Especially after living here for so long. And London's very brisk, and, you know, people are, they're more held, you know, and in the South, everyone's kind of open, and they're actually genuinely curious about you and what you're up to. And it's really an enjoyable place to be when the people are like that. And it was just a nice contrast after living here for so long. So I guess the hospitality.
A lot of people usually say the hospitality. Do you have any like favorite restaurants or any favorite places that you figured out that you like eating around Atlanta?
Yeah, actually, well, the Optimist is fantastic. Lovely seafood. I love oysters. I also discovered this place called Wrecking Bar Brew Pub, which is just near Little Fox. And that's just, it's got an English kind of pub vibe, and they brew their own craft beers, and the food's great, and really lovely staff too. And that's where I like to go, have a Bloody Mary on a Sunday and read the paper.
Yeah, that's a cool place to go. Little Five, there's a bar right across from that called the Yacht Club. That's usually where I hang out.
Okay.
That's my little hangout right there, the Yacht Club. Or sometimes the Porter, just depends. The Porter can get kind of packed. But yeah, I love that little area. It's a great part of town. So
yeah, what I love about the Wrecking Bar is it's kind of slightly off the beaten track, you know, so you kind of feel a little more exclusive.
Yeah, definitely. And the food in Little 5 Points is just like the best.
Oh yeah,
it's just like the best. All right, I just messaged Amy. I'm done with my questions. We blew through those.
Okay.
Cool. Dang you. No, I'm just kidding. And we're gonna open up the phone lines and take a few callers. Michael agreed to take some callers with us today, so it's really cool. I'm excited about this. It's one of my favorite parts of what we do. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So I think Amy's going to come back over, and we're going to take a couple callers.
Great.
Yeah, okay. The call-in number is 718-508-9440. And if you are out of the United States and you want to Skype in, if you go to the very top, there is a Skype button that you can call in through Skype that way, or just call Skype with the phone number. And we have our first caller, and they are from New Zealand.
Hi, how are you?
Not too bad. How are you? Welcome.
Hi, thanks. I was wondering, how hard is it for you to go from playing like nice guy Enzo to one that wants to absolutely kill everybody?
It's an absolute pleasure, to be honest. You know, it's quite enjoyable to play guys who kind of have nothing to lose and, you know, can be a bit bad and don't have to worry about, you know, morality and stuff. So you just kind of swap it with ease. I mean, if you have your kind of motivations intact of why you're doing what you're doing, it's easy to kind of swap quickly.
Oh, okay. I'm guessing you haven't been to New Zealand, otherwise you would have said that's your favourite place to go.
I would love to.
Best oysters ever. I totally Twitter stalk you, so, you know, you can come over and, you know, you can pay $5 for a massage.
All right. I think I might have to do that.
The best oysters in the world, apparently, is from Bluff.
Are you a masseuse?
Oh, no. I know some good ones, though.
Right on.
I'll hook
thank you
up.
for your call.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, our next caller.
Yes.
And they hung up. I guess they were too scared.
I have that effect on people.
They weren't screaming when I screened the phone call.
I will say, while we're screening phone calls for a second, Have you know? I don't know if you how much of the show you actually watch, but have you seen William Shatner live tweeting about the Vampire Diaries and the originals? Because it's really funny, and he's been doing it every week.
Somebody retweeted a couple of his tweets about it, and it did have me pissing myself. Everything he would say was like, "What's going on with blah blah blah? What's happening?" It was kind of the confusion was hilarious. Yeah, I'll have to follow him. I'll have to check that out. Is he live tweeting every time?
It's funny. And at first I was like, I wonder who he's paying to run his Twitter. But I was like, no, this person's too good. I'd rather delete him.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah, he does. He live tweets every time.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. No, the caller that hung up hasn't called back yet. So
we have one person on hold though. Yeah,
and that's Tosh. And when I went to screen the phone call, it sounded like she was walking and we were in her pocket.
Oh dear.
Oh, she might have just been listening. Well.
Yeah. It's kind of sad when we don't get phone calls.
Awkward. Oh man, this date just got real awkward.
It saves me from the embarrassment of improvisation. So.
And I think they're just scared. I think they're scared.
Yeah, well.
The chat room is crazy right now. Okay, we got somebody calling in.
Let me go screen this phone call. I'll be back.
All right. Not too bad.
I'm sure they're fine.
It's everybody's hungover from Cinco de Mayo this weekend. That's what I think's happening.
Oh, was that Cinco de Mayo?
I didn't celebrate this year, but I mean, usually it's. I mean, we drove by a couple of places that were pretty packed. So.
Well, it's a bank holiday Monday here in England, so everyone's off work, and it's a lovely day. So, well, it's kind of just getting a little overcast, but people are hanging about, you know, taking their shirts off, drinking cider in the parks, and.
Like it.
Yeah.
Hey, Amber?
I love one. Yes.
We have Jules on the phone line.
Hi. Hey, Jules.
Hi.
Hello,
What's up?
Jules.
Got a question for Michael?
I do. Hi. Is there a cause or an issue going on in our world today that you are most passionate about or involved with?
I'm not as involved as Ian, for example, or a lot of other celebrities that have taken charge, and I take my hat off to them because that takes a lot of work, and it's amazing. For me, I care most about the state of probably the education system at the moment, and I feel like for me, going to high school was pretty much a complete waste of time, and I think for a lot of people, they fail to see the validity of a lot of the lessons they're doing, and I think that the school systems need to shake up this old system and make it more relevant to modern day society.
That's great. I'm actually an educator, so I completely agree.
Are you? Right on.
I'm clapping.
I think we need to kind of have, because so many people get jobs and they're nothing to do with the marks they have on their report cards, etc. A lot of it has to do with what kind of people they are, and so there should be more things about character building and teamwork and working together, because that's why kids are in school, and what they enjoy about school is the socialization factors. Why can't we use those kind of aspects of learning more within the classroom?
That's brilliant. I love it.
I just made it up now, so. No, it's something I've been thinking about for a long time, ever since I left high school, feeling confused as hell.
Yeah, I've actually said a couple of times before that past 8th grade, I feel like it's just repetitive at that point. It's just repeating the same thing over and over. I've been in college the last 4 years. I'm finally graduating in December. I can tell you that half of it was a waste of my time.
It's true, and so many people feel that way, and they feel like they're being bad kids, and they're scolded for behaving in a certain way when they just feel trapped and feel like they don't quite know how to deal with the feelings that they're having, And I just think it really needs to change. It's an old system that's built on achieving grades and marks for the government, and that needs to change.
I agree. Well, thank you, Jules. That was an awesome question. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Jules.
you.
Nice to talk to you.
You too.
Okay, we're going to pick up our last caller.
All right, we got one more.
See if it's a ghost.
It is Nadia, and Nadia is our Game of Thrones host here on Variety Radio Online.
Oh, wow, Nadia. My mother's name.
Oh, hi. Just Michael, as a musician, I was just wondering if there's like a song that you sort of go to when you've had a bad day, or to help you through a day if you've had a bad one.
I'll tell you what there is, because, you know, I don't know if you guys know this, but I played Elvis on the West End for a year in $1 Million Quartet, the original London company. And I went through a heavy round of auditions for that show. And after every one, I thought, screw it, that was time. It's over. And they kept calling me back. And I had no prior experience doing that kind of music. And so after every audition, I was like, oh, God. And I popped my headphones on and listened to If I Can Dream by the man himself, Elvis, you know. And kind of that was my way of going, all right, come on, just give me another chance. Hopefully you guys know I can do better than what I did in that room. And so that's my song, If I Can Dream by Mr. Presley.
It's a good song.
Yeah, and that performance of his on comeback special wearing that white suit is just full of emotion, and his return to form as a musician after doing loads of frou-frou crap films.
Some of them aren't crap.
No, but he did a slew of them.
Yeah, he did do a slew.
Creole, you know, Left Tender, all them. His acting is actually on point, you know. I was well impressed going through him, doing my research.
Yeah. I come from an Elvis family.
Okay, so I'll be very careful with it.
I did not know that you played Elvis, and I'm going to have to go back and find this.
Well, Nadia was going to be our last caller, but we actually had 2 more people call in. Do you got time for 2 more?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here with my coffee. I'm happy as Larry.
Okay, I'm going to screen them real fast.
Oh, wow. I'm being quiet. Because I've already asked everything I have to ask. And now I'm, like, dreaming of you as Elvis, like daydreaming.
Well, should I answer the rest of the questions talking like this? Is that going to be helpful?
I'd be okay.
I'll make everybody. I'll confuse everyone.
Well, Nadia, thank you for calling in, and we have another VRO host. We have Rachel.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad.
My question is, if you weren't doing, like, acting and music and all that, what would you want to do?
Oh, this is a question that people seem to ask me a lot, and my answer seems to change. I think at the moment, this may sound kind of weird, but I'd be interested in, I'll tell you what, male-female gender relationships and psychological dynamics. It's something that I'm actually fascinated with. I think being in a relationship is one of the most challenging things that we face in our lives. And I find it fascinating what tends to work and what doesn't work, and how you have to kind of, as a man especially, be completely on your toes and in tune with the woman that you're with to be able to have a positive and healthy relationship. Because the minute you start to slip away and just do your own thing, she will start poking you in, you know, your weak spot until it heals, or you snap back. So, yeah, I find it fascinating.
Cool.
Okay, so I think a lot of girls just fell in love with you, or one, think you're the perfect boyfriend. So now they're going to be comparing you. Now they're going to be comparing all their boyfriends to you, and you just broke a lot of people up across the world.
Oh, God, no, I'm far from perfect. Man, I try. I really do.
Well, Rachel, thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. I don't think anybody's perfect, but I think that if more people had an open mind going into relationships the way that you just did about that, then, you know, maybe the divorce rate wouldn't be at 50%.
Well, we come with a lot of baggage, and marriage actually doesn't mean squat in this current society, and that's kind of a problem, you know? We should feel like, you know, a relationship is something that's more important than just, you know, a bunch of chips you can cash in at a casino.
I agree.
I agree too. Well, let's go to our next caller. Hi, you're on air.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So what's your question?
I want to know what his favorite part of being on the Vampire Diaries is.
Sorry, can you repeat that, darling?
What's your favorite part of being on the Vampire Diaries?
Oh, my favorite part of being on Vampire Diaries is, well, it's a couple things. It's being able to play a vampire, which is something that was on my bucket list. Ever since seeing Interview with the Vampire, I was like, I would like to do that, please. I didn't get the long wig, but hey, it'll work. The second part is definitely the people that I'm working with. I mean, the family dynamic that is on the show is unreal. It's so warm, and everyone cares for each other, and, you know, we all are able to do our best work because of that kind of warmth. So, yeah, it's a sound group of people.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
Actually, that leads me to a question I need to ask you that I usually ask people. Was it kind of intimidating coming into a series that was, you know, already 5 seasons in, had like a tight cast, you know, they're all BFF already? Was it kind of hard? Was it kind of hard doing that?
Oh, of course, yeah. I think it's the first time I've come into something that was already running. Yeah, it was actually. So yeah, there was a part of me, especially coming from England, going, oh God, here I go. I'm going to a network TV show. There's going to be a bunch of divas, but there is not one diva. I mean, I'm probably the diva. It was incredible, and that sense of companionship immediately off the bat was amazing. I mean, all my first scenes were with Ian, and we got along so well. We got a lot of similar interests. You know, talked about music and all that stuff, and I just felt so welcome.
Good. One of my favorite things that, because I follow you on Instagram. One of my favorite things you Instagram this year was when you had text Ian and he had you as Enzo in his phone.
Yeah, we were in his trailer, and he's like, dude, can you send me that picture? Because I found this picture of him at what was it? He was at Mardi Gras, and I was like, dude, there was this one awesome picture that someone sent me of you like on the float. He's like, oh, what are you sending me real quick? So I was like, okay, I'm sending it to you now. And I saw his phone vibrate on the desk, and I looked over, and I was like, dude, what the hell, man? I mean, your phone is Enzo. What's up with that? It's like, you're Enzo. I'm like, you know, I'm like real, you know, like I really am. You're actually Enzo to me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but he's in my phone at the end.
He's such a space case. I love him. That's so funny. You're Enzo. That's so great. Okay, I think we're good on callers, and I think we're doing well. We're pretty good on time. So, depending on what happens towards the end of the season, you're going to have to come back on, and you're more than welcome to come back on and talk about any of your projects whenever you want. As a matter of fact, right before we go off air, I will give you a chance to tell us about anything else you got going on besides the Vampire Diaries, and then we'll let you enjoy your afternoon in London with your coffee.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I am currently there's a program called Mr. Sloan coming out with Nick Frost as the main guy. It's by the Curb Your Enthusiasm creator, Bob Wide, and that's on Sky Atlantic. And I don't have the exact date yet, but it's coming out very soon, and I have a kind of cameo in that, playing a rocker dude. And then I think I'm in a couple episodes or something, so look out for that. I'm wearing some funky 60s hair and wearing sunglasses. So check it out.
We'll check that out. That sounds good. All right, one more favor and we'll let you go. Usually at the end of each show, we're coming up on our 5-year anniversary. And every year...
6 years. 6-year anniversary.
6 years. Okay, 6 years. Sorry. So I've been here for 4 years. So we're coming up on our 6-year anniversary, and we usually have people say, "Oh, hey, this is Michael Malarkey. You're listening to Variety Radio Online." Just a little clip, and then each year we do an anniversary show, and we go back and we kind of relive all the interviews we've done throughout the year and stuff. So if you give us that little clip, that would be so super cool.
Hey, this is Michael Malarkey, and you're listening to Variety Radio Online.
Sweet. All right. Thank you so much for coming on today. Don't be a stranger. Enjoy. We got, 2 more episodes of the Vampire Diaries left, so we're all kind of on edge. We're crossing.
Well. Hope you guys enjoy.
We're crossing.
Keep it crossed. Keep the toes crossed, too.
Yeah, we got them. We got fingers and toes crossed that Enzo's gonna make it into the next season. I'd actually be okay, and I'm gonna say this lightly. If they had to get rid of a couple other characters to keep Enzo, I would be okay with that. So I'm speaking out loud. So Julie, if you're listening, that's where I'm at on this. So yeah. So
very sweet. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon.
You're welcome. You too.
All right,
bye.
Ciao. Ciao. Ciao.